Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Sophie. And Sophie has another question, and her question is this. When doing spell work, should you do the spell once and leave it alone, or should you repeat it on a daily basis for a certain period of time? And Sophie tells us that she's been advised in both of these directions on different occasions, and she would like to know my take on the matter. And my answer is that these are two different techniques. They're both perfectly fine, and they're not mutually exclusive. When someone tells you that when you do a spell, you should simply do it and then leave it alone, what they're saying is that you need to have faith in what you've done. You want to raise your energy, focus your energy, and then trust your energy to bring to pass that which you have worked for. You don't want to be second-guessing it and repeating it in a sense that you don't feel that you did well enough the first time. You want to have faith in what you've done. Now, after a certain period of time, if it's clear that it has not worked, then of course you might want to consider repeating it, but you also might want to consider doing it differently. And you might want to look into reasons that it may not have been successful. You might want to do some meditation, some divination. You might want to approach it from a different angle. But once you're sure it hasn't worked for some reason, then you want to look at why that might be, and then you can do it again. But you don't want to just keep doing it, because that shows that you don't actually believe it, and that will undercut the energy. You want to instead put your faith in what you have done and keep that focus going. But that's a particular way of doing magic. It is also true that there are spells that are intended to be done on a daily basis. And this is why we have things like 7-day candles, knob candles, etc. And the idea is that you will repeat the spell each day for a certain period of time, sometimes all the way until it's manifested, sometimes for a certain number of days. And the idea is that you build the energy in a gradual manner and then send it out at the end. This is just a different technique. So if you're doing a spell that's only meant to be done once, you only do it once. But if you're doing one that is meant to be repeated, then you would repeat it. But the key to both of them is that you must believe in what you're doing. And if you don't believe it, it's not going to work. You have to have that faith, and you have to have that focus with the energy that you have raised. So in neither case do you want to undercut that. Rather, you want to trust it, and you want to put your energy into that result rather than second-guessing yourself. So the answer is yes to both, but they are different techniques. And I would say experiment with both of them, see what works better for you. And those would be my thoughts on the subject. I hope you find them helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. Reverend Don, super omnibus of incantations and invocations for all occasions. Marianne Kay and I created this massive compendium of magic and artwork for you to use in any way that you would like. There are literally hundreds of spells and hundreds of illustrations, which can be mixed and matched and used in many different ways. Check it out now at witchghoulstore.com.